While our state doesn't have the richest professional wrestling history in the world, Wyoming does have a handful of hidden facts that may surprise you, and today we'll be sharing 5 of them. Chris Jericho is often regarded as one of the best wrestlers of all time. One of the reasons is because Jericho is always reinventing himself. While his character is frequently changing, one thing that stayed the same is Jericho's hometown. However, that's not where the Ayatollah of rock and roll hailed from when he made his debut. In October of 1990, from the Moose Hall in Ponoka, Alberta, Canada, Jericho had his very first match, and was called Cowboy Chris Jericho, and hailed from none other than Casper, Wyoming.
From Toronto, Ontario, Jericho from Casper, Wyoming.
According to Jericho, the cowboy character was given to him by the promoter, but Jericho himself absolutely hated the gimmick. Soon after his debut match, Chris Jericho dropped the cowboy gimmick, and likewise, his connection to the cowboy state. July 11, 2009 was a good night for Brock Lesnar. He won the Heavyweight Championship unification bout in the main event of the UFC 100 pay-per-view, and helped make the event the most bought show in UFC history to that point. Lesnar was on top of the world, and he wasn't afraid to show it. So how does someone celebrate such a huge accomplishment? Well, for Lesnar, he decided to take a vacation to the Jackson Hole Valley in western Wyoming. In Lesnar's autobiography, he says he spent a week there to get away from media coverage and to spend time with his newborn son, Turk. Lesnar and his family explored Yellowstone, and he did so while celebrating his 32nd birthday. You may not be a Brock Lesnar fan, but the man does have good taste in vacation destinations. There's almost no point in giving an introduction to Eric Bischoff. One of professional wrestling's most controversial figures, Bischoff has left his mark on the industry as the president of WCW and the general manager of Monday Night Raw. But did you know that wrestling's king of controversy has been a resident of Cody, Wyoming for roughly 20 years? On top of that, he even started his own brewing company in the city of about 10,000 in 2011 with the release of Buffalo Bill Cody Beer. Of course named after the man who helped build the city. We recommend giving it a try on your next visit to Cody. Ric Flair has accomplished a lot in his over 30-year career. He's won a record number of world championships, competed in a countless amount of classic matches, and is the only person to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame twice. But another accomplishment for Ric Flair is being the only person to wrestle in Wyoming for 3 separate companies. In 1974, Flair made his debut in the state at an AWA show in Wyoming's capital of Cheyenne. Around 2 decades later, in 1996, Flair competed in a WCW ring in the state's second largest city of Casper on an episode of Monday Night Nitro. Then, just 6 years later, the Nature Boy returned to Casper, this time at a WWE live event. I guess you can say that the dirtiest player in the game knows how to get around. In its over century-long history as one of the 50 states, Wyoming has had almost no wrestling organizations based within its borders. During the 70s, the AWA ran a handful of shows in the Equality State, and later on, WCW and WWE would do the same. In 1980, Bill Ash and Raul Sanchez started Rocky Mountain Wrestling in Riverton, Wyoming. But by 1981, the company had closed, and not much is known about its run. That's one of the reasons why, in 2014, we launched Big Sky Wrestling, not only to provide professional wrestling produced on Wyoming soil, but to also positively impact our community. To join us, we encourage you to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.